German engineers didn't build tanks. They built engineering masterpieces that broke down, ran out of fuel, and couldn't be repaired. Subscribe to see how perfectionism destroyed the Panzerwaffe. This is how Germany's obsession with perfect tanks cost them everything. Panzer II, 9 variants of chaos. Germany produced Panzer II in 9 major variants, OSV through L, each with different engines, transmissions, and suspensions. Field units faced logistics hell. A transmission from OSV wouldn't fit OSV-F. Engine parts weren't interchangeable between variants. Afrika Korps mechanics spent hours identifying which sub-variant they had before attempting repairs. Soviet T-34s used identical parts across thousands of tanks. German perfection created supply nightmares. Panzer III 15 incompatible versions. Over 15 variants mounted different guns. 37 mm, 50 mm short, 50 mm long, 75 mm howitzer. Afrika Korps discovered tanks in same company couldn't share ammunition because variants had incompatible weapons. OSV-J with 50 mm gun and OSV-N with 75 mm required completely different ammo supplies, spare barrels, sighting systems. Working tanks sat immobilized waiting for variant-specific parts, while Shermans used standardized components any mechanic could swap instantly. Panzer IV OSV-J, desperate simplification. By 1944, collapsing industry forced brutal cuts. Engineers removed electric turret motor, forcing manual hand cranking that exhausted crews tracking fast targets. Auxiliary generator eliminated meant radios only worked with main engine running, burning precious fuel. These simplifications revealed earlier models included peacetime engineering luxuries that became combat liabilities. The OSV-J proved German tanks were over-engineered from the start. But variant chaos was just the beginning. Germany's engineers were about to create their wonder weapon, a tank so advanced it would dominate any battlefield. Instead, it became their most expensive mistake, breaking down faster than they could build it. Panther OSV-D, the Kursk catastrophe. July 1943, Operation Citadel. Germany deployed 200 brand new Panthers as their secret weapon to smash Soviet defenses. Within the first 2 days, over 160 Panthers broke down from mechanical failures, not combat damage. Transmissions shattered under the tank's weight. Engines caught fire from overheating, final drive units disintegrated. German commanders watched their elite Panther battalions immobilized by engineering failures, while T-34s kept fighting. The sophisticated Maybach engine and complex transmission were engineering marvels that couldn't survive battlefield conditions. Panthers sent to save Kursk instead clogged roads as repair crews struggled with vehicles too complex to fix under fire. Panther OSV, frozen by perfection. Winter 1943-44 on the Eastern Front exposed the Panther's fatal design flaw, overlapping interleaved road wheels. German engineers designed this Schachtellaufwerk system for superior weight distribution and smooth ride. Reality, mud packed between overlapping wheels, then froze solid overnight in Russian winter. Morning found entire Panther battalions completely immobilized, wheels locked by ice. Crews spent hours with blowtorches and hammers trying to chip frozen mud, often damaging wheels in process. Meanwhile, T-34s with simple large wheels rolled past frozen Panthers. The engineering pursuit of perfect weight distribution created vulnerability that simple designs avoided entirely. Panther OSV-G, better engineering, same problems. The improved OSV-G addressed transmission issues and simplified production, but inherited the fundamental flaw, complexity requiring resources Germany didn't have. Ardennes offensive December 1944 proved this brutally. Panthers advanced 50 kilometers before running out of fuel, their sophisticated engines consuming gasoline faster than supply lines could deliver. Crews abandoned perfectly functional tanks because the engineering perfection demanded fuel Germany couldn't provide. American forces captured dozens of intact Panthers with empty tanks, Germany's best weapon defeated by its own consumption rate. Yet the Panther disasters didn't stop German engineers. They doubled down on perfectionism, creating something even heavier, even more complex. The Tiger tanks would make the Panther look simple, and their failures would be even more catastrophic. Tiger I OSV, the maintenance monster. Tunisia 1943. British forces captured multiple Tiger I tanks completely intact, abandoned by their crews not from combat damage but fuel starvation. The Tiger's Maybach HL-230 engine consumed 450 liters per 100 km, and its complex all-var steering system required 2 hours of warming up before operation in cold weather. German mechanics needed specialized training just to perform basic maintenance. When a Tiger broke down in field conditions, it often stayed broken because repair required tools and expertise that didn't exist at the front. The 88 gun could destroy any Allied tank, but the Tiger spent more time immobilized by mechanical complexity than fighting. Tiger II Porsche turret, the shot trap killer. Normandy 1944. The first 50 King Tigers mounted Porsche's curved turret design that created a shot trap where incoming rounds ricocheted downward into the thin roof armor, penetrating into the compartment. German tankers died because engineers prioritized aesthetic curves over practical armor angles. Allied tankers learned to aim at the turret front, using the Germans' own perfect design against them. By the time Henschel's flat-faced turret fixed this flaw, 50 crews had paid for engineering arrogance with their lives. Tiger II Henschel turret, too perfect to cross rivers. Ardennes offensive. Kampfgruppe papers 6 King Tigers couldn't cross the Ambulve River because their 70-ton weight collapsed or exceeded every bridge's rating. Engineers had created the most powerful tank in the world that couldn't navigate European infrastructure built for normal vehicles. Paper abandoned all 6 Tigers intact, their crews walking away from invincible fortresses that couldn't reach the battlefield. The engineering triumph became strategic failure when perfection ignored logistics. American forces captured them without firing a shot, Germany's best weapon defeated by its own weight. But Tigers weren't the end of Germany's engineering madness. What came next defied logic: tank destroyers without machine guns, vehicles too heavy to transport, and a 188-ton monster that couldn't cross a single European bridge. The final designs proved Germany had learned nothing. Ferdinand XI, the blind giant. Kursk, July 1943. Germany deployed 90 Ferdinands mounting 88mm guns behind 200mm frontal armor, virtually indestructible from the front. Engineers created the perfect tank destroyer with one fatal oversight: no machine gun for close defense. Soviet infantry walked up to the blind giants and climbed on top, dropping grenades through hatches and engine grills. Of 90 Ferdinands committed to Kursk, 39 were lost not to Soviet tanks, but to infantry with grenades and Molotov cocktails. The sophisticated petrol-electric drive system failed constantly, engines caught fire, and the 65-ton weight meant bogged-down Ferdinands couldn't be recovered. Germany's most expensive armored vehicle, destroyed by the cheapest weapons because engineers forgot tanks need to defend themselves at close range. Jagdtiger, the tank destroyer that never fought. At 71 tons mounting a 128mm gun, the Jagdtiger could destroy any Allied tank from 3,500 meters. Only 79 were produced because each required resources to build 5 Panthers. Most never reached the front. They broke down during rail transport, ran out of fuel during road marches, or were abandoned by crews when engines failed. March 1945, American forces found dozens of Jagdtigers intact on German roads, abandoned without firing a shot because there was no fuel to move them and no parts to fix them. The perfect tank destroyer defeated by Germany's collapsed logistics before seeing combat. Maus Insanity made steel. 2 prototypes of the 188-ton Maus were completed in 1944, each consuming resources that could have built 10 Panthers. The Maus couldn't cross any bridge in Europe, requiring a snorkel system to drive across river bottoms. It consumed fuel. Germany didn't have to move at speeds that made it a sitting target for Allied air power. As Soviet forces approached the testing grounds, Germans destroyed one Maus and the Soviets captured the other. The world's heaviest tank never fired a shot in anger, representing the ultimate triumph of engineering perfectionism over military reality. Germany's perfectionism destroyed them. Their best tanks sat broken while Allied good enough tanks kept rolling. What military topics do you want covered next? Drop your ideas below.